Now we are on to writing section of test 3 IELTS 8 student book. So this is writing task 1 and it would need 20 minutes. You advised to take at least 20 minutes for this task. The diagrams below show the stages and equipment used in the cement making process. This is cement production, this is concrete production, and how cement is used to produce concrete for building purposes. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparison where relevant. So at least 150 words you may use, and you may go beyond that, but it should not be more than 160, 165, 170. And words less than 150, then the marks will be deducted. So this is cement production. You have limestone and clay. They combine, and a crusher combines them or crush them. And then finally the powder arrives. This powder, generated powder, is then passed through the mixture. And this mixer, with the help of the rotating heater, there's a source of heat also. And once this is heated, then the cement comes. But before that, the grinder actually grinds the content of the mixture which is heated, and this cement is produced. This cement are then packaged into bags and then distributed. This is the concrete production. This is cement. 15% cement content is there and 10% water. Then we have sand, 25%, and gravel. Gravel are actually small stones, which is given here. And you combine all of them in a concrete mixture. And once they combine, then concrete is produced. So this is the production stages or the procedure of and the content, the materials which are, they combine to form a cement. And this is concrete. The percentage-wise distribution of various constituents that combine to form a concrete. So you have to write this in 150 words. So this is how one of the candidates has written, and this candidate has achieved band 6 score. And before we can arrive at examiner's comment, let us see what he has written. The diagrams show the process and the equipments used to make cement and how these are used to produce concrete for building purposes. The first step in the cement production is to introduce limestone clay. These materials pass through a crusher that produces a powder. Then this powder goes into mixture. After this, the product passes to a rotating heater which works with heat. Afterwards, the mixture goes into the grinder. There should be R here, where the cement comes out. At the end of the process, the cement is packaged in bags ready for distribution. Referring to the concrete production, the process begins with a combination of 15% cement, 10% water, 25% and sand, 50% gravel. These four elements are introduced into a concrete mixture. As mentioned above, the concrete production takes fewer steps than the cement production. However, it is necessary to use more materials than the latter process in order to obtain the final product. The last difference between the both processes is that the concrete mixture does not work with heat. Now, the comment. This answer presents the information of the two diagrams appropriately. The main differences between the two processes are defined in a clear summary, but other important features could be described more fully. The organization of information is the strongest feature of this script. The description is well organized and there is a smooth progression across the whole answer that is achieved through good use of linkers and referencing phrases like these, the first step, referring, as mentioned, and the last. A range of relevant vocabulary is used, although that is not wide and there are some less suitable word choices. There are a few mistakes in spelling, but this do not make the answer difficult to understand. And a mixture of sentences form is used, and there are some accurate examples of complex structures. But the many short, simple sentences tend to limit the range. Now we are on to writing task 2. This has double the weightage of previous task, and you are advised to spend at least 40 minutes on this task and write about this task. Increasing the price of petrol is the best way to solve growing traffic and pollution problems. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Increasing the price of petrol. What other measures do you think might be effective apart from rising of petrol for slowing down the traffic and pollution problems? Give answers for your your reasons for your answer include relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. So this is a model answer. This is considered to be a very good answer prepared by an examiner. You can add your own examples, and this is one of the possible approaches. So there is no doubt that traffic pollution from vehicle have become huge problems in both in cities and on motorways everywhere. Solving this problem is likely to need more than a simple rise in the price of petrol. While it is undeniable that private cars used in one of the main causes of the increase in traffic and pollution, higher fuel costs are unlikely to limit the number of drivers for long. As this policy would also affect the cost of public transport, it would be very unpopular with everyone who needs to travel on the roads. But there are various other measures that could be implemented that would have a huge effect on these problems. I think to tackle the problem of pollution, clean fuels need to be developed. The technology is already available to produce electric cars that would be both quieter and clearer to use. Persuading manufacturers and travelers to adopt the new technology would be a more effective strategy for improving air quality, specifically in cities. However, traffic congestion will not be solved by changing the type of private vehicle people can use. To do this, we need to improve the choice of public transport service available to travelers. For example, insufficient sky trains and underground train systems were built and effectively maintained in our car cities. Then traffic on the roads would be dramatically reduced. Long distance train and coach services should be made attractive and affordable alternatives to driving your own car for long journeys. In conclusion, I think that the long term traffic and pollution reductions will depend on educating the public to use public transport more and on government using public money to construct and run efficient systems. So, this was another writing test of IELTS 8. Thank you so much. Take care.